Hello, traders, and welcome to the market update for the week ending 9th of July 2021. I'm JG Vedant, trader here at the Masters Markets and a member of the Vedant Elite trading team. Today, we're going to talk about the average true range. What is an average true range? Basically, what it does, it takes the true range of each bar and puts it into an average to give you a figure after a set number of days. Okay, so in the case of this one here, if you look at the indicator here below, you can see it says ATR 14. Okay, so the average true range 14 is the number of days, and it tells you what the average true indicator range is for the last one. Okay, also if you hover the mouse over the line itself, then you can see it gives you what the range is with the date and time. Okay, and as you can see, whichever bar you are below, if you go to the bar and go below it, it'll give you the range for that particular bar if you're looking for individual bars, but it measures the number of bars that you have placed in your indicator. Okay, so average true range, what is it? Well, what it is it's a technical indicator. Okay, it is a technical indicator that many traders will use to give them a idea of what the markets are doing. Okay, a technical indicator, which when you want to place it on your charts, what you need to do is, if you go to insert, you get insert list of indicators, and under the indicators there you can see average true range. You click on that and it'll appear on your charts and give you an option to say how many days you want it for, etc. So you can modify it according to your required criteria. Okay, why do we use it? Next thing, why? Well, it gives us an idea of what the markets, what that current asset or instrument is doing. Basically, it's measuring the volatility of the charts itself. But what it does is, instead of you having to look at it and get an idea of saying which way the market was, what the market is doing, as in buying and selling, it gives it to you in a diagram of a line here. Okay, now point to note is the line is not representative of what the market's doing. Okay, because the markets are moving along according to the price. This is the volatility of that instrument. So it's going to look at the bars and see what the size of the bar is, and then measure each bar and give you a line chart accordingly. Okay, so it's not a price direction, it shows volatility. Okay, and the higher the number, the smoother the line gets. The smaller the number, the more erratic it is, because it's measuring each and every single bar and giving you a real time what's the average. Okay, also, why does it say average true range? Why not just average range of the bars? Well, the reason for that is because on the chart, sometimes you will find that there are certain instruments that will often gap. So if we look at this one here now, let me circle the ones for you that I wanted you to see, is these two bars here. If you look at these two bars there, okay, and also again, let's look at these two bars here, okay, on the coffee instrument. So as you can see, the market where it's closed and where it's open, there's a gap there. You can see that gap there, okay, where it's open and where it's closed. So that's a gap in the market. Same again here, the closed there and the open is there, and you have this gap. So what would happen is, if you would take the average of just the bars themselves, you would be incorrect, because that would just give you the bar average and the range of each bar. However, if you wanted to see what the true average was, then you'd have to measure it from in this case, the high of the bar to the high of this bar. Okay, so from this high to this high would give you the true average. Okay, and that's why we have to look at this and make sure that if there's any gaps, then it's been taken into consideration. And that's what happens on the average true range. So when we look at average true range, then that gives us the idea of what's going on. We've looked at what it is. It's technical indicator. We looked at why we look at it. It's because it gives us the volatility in the markets. Now we're looking at how do we use it. Okay, the way to use it is what some traders will do is they will look at the average true range and they will take the figures for their stop loss and profit from there. So you can set your stop loss and target figures from the average true range. Okay. How do we do that? So on the current trade that we're on at the moment, the dollar Swiss, if you look at it, yesterday we had the smart money indicator confirmed, okay, on this trade there, and then we got the confirmation dot. Okay, so we looked at it and said, yep, there's a confirmation dot. So as for our cash in trades, this would be a valid trade. Let's have a look at it. Okay, however, on the cash in strategy, one of the criteria for a do not enter the trade, it gives us an instruction to say that if the bar range, the bar is greater than or equal to 2.5 ATR, 2.5 ATR, then we do not enter the trade. Okay, if it is greater than that, then we do not enter the trade. So what we had to do is yesterday we looked at the charts, and you got the live trading room with Lawrence yesterday. So when you looked at this bar here, let me clear this off for you. We'll measure it so you can see itself. The bar range from the high to the low is 128. Okay, so it's 128 was the bar range. Now, if I was to look at the ATR for yesterday, so this is today's ATR currently, and yesterday on the 8th was 46. So, and measured it, it gives me a figure of 115. Right, 115 is the ATR, is 2.5 ATR is 115, and the bar range itself what is it? The high is 9260, 9260. And the low is 9132, and we'll go to the 9132. Yeah, 128. So plus or minus, so it's very, very close. So the bar range is 128 and the average true range is 125. So very, very close to the figure, and therefore we didn't take this trade because it's way too close to what we need as a criteria to fulfill this trade. But it's a big bar, and what we do is we avoid taking trades on big bars, and this is one of the criteria. So how do we do that? We take the ATR, and we're using that indicator to give us an idea to say, are we taking the trade or not? And in some cases, if you do take a trade, you'll set your stop loss as going to the upside for a short trade to 1 ATR, or it could go down to the downside, where we used to in the cash in trade have it as 1 ATR to go for a profit. Now it moved it to 25 pips because it gives us a better return. So that's what we're looking at on the ATR. So average true range, what is it? It's a technical indicator that measures the average true range. So taking into consideration any gaps that may have occurred in the market. Why? It measures volatility and is also a reference. As a reference, it measures volatility, which some people in the market refer to it as noise in the market. So that gives us an idea of what the instrument is doing, that particular instrument. How do we use it? Well, we place the indicator on our charts and we set the days that we're looking at. Is it 14 days or 20 days, 22 days, 22 days average trading days in a month. So some people go for a monthly average of 22 days and then look at the charts, but you can set it to whichever criteria works for you and your strategy. And then once you have the instrument up, you can set your stop loss and target figures from the average true range figures, should you wish to, according to your strategy. Okay, so that's the average true range. What I'll do now is let's have a look at the markets and see where they're going and what's going on in the market. So let's move on to euro dollar. Euro dollar going towards from a top to bottom, but now it seems like the open equity is extinguished in here, and now we're looking at a turn to the upside. So it's at the past, gone past the past swing, and now we're looking at a move to the upside. So probably more available to us on the upside for the euro dollar. And the dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss, again, it's just move, got a swing high confirmed. So there's probably more move available to the downside on this. As you can see, we've had some big bars that's taken this to a higher level, but it's highly possible that it's going to make the correction and come back down to join the previous level that it was at. So there's possibly more move to the downside on the dollar Swiss. Pound dollar open equity is extinguished, and we're looking for a move to the upside now. And as you can see, today's bar has given us that signal as well. So it gives us more probability for a move to the upside on the pound dollar. Aussie dollar, couple of big bars, is trending to the downside, and now today it's turned again, and we've got a move coming towards the upside. But looking at the open equity on the charts, it's possible that the open equity is extinguished in this for a downward move. So looking at opportunities to the upside for the Aussie dollar. Euro yen, top to bottom move with a possible turn occurring. So we're looking for opportunities going to the upside. This was a strong move to the downside over the past few days. Today we're seeing some signs of weakness in the market. It's probably an interruption occurring soon. So there may be just a interruption, and then it might have a continuation pattern going on. So then if that's the case, we will take some trades on delete room with this. However, if not, and it does confirm that it's swing low, then we'll look at the cash and trade to the upside for the Euro JPY. FTSE, a bit of compression going on inside the bar today, not giving us direction. So we'll see if it takes the low, then we're looking at downside. Takes the high, then looking for a move to the upside. But at the moment, there's slight compression on the FTSE. On the Dow Jones, the US 30 move to the upside. It was a pretty bullish move to the upside, and then we've got some weakness in the market as well. So now we're looking at seeing where it's going, but it looks like it's possible move further to the upside on there. For us, coffee, we took a possible move to the downside on here. A little bit of consolidation going on within the channel there between these three arrows. Not breaking up anything further. It's already had its good move that was in the past month. Went up to there, April, May, shall we say. And now a little bit slow this week in the market. I've got a massive bar, which is a confirmation bar, then everything else is formed inside that. So we're looking for a breakout of this confirmation bar and then direction on the coffee. Brent USD, good strong move to the upside. Bull move, slight weakness there, but it's still turning again and showing signs to the upside. However, looking at the number of bars, this would say the open equity has been diminished in this run now, and we'll be waiting for an opportunity to the downside on there. Gold, good strong move to the upside again here on the gold. Possible some more left before it takes a turn. And Bitcoin, a little bit of consolidation going on in Bitcoin as well. It's had its massive run, and now we've got into newer lows for the current period, and a bit of consolidation within the channel you can see there for now. But that's it for that. So that's the market update review for you. And looking at this week's performances in the elite room on the primary runners, we had nothing on the primary runner, 20% OE strategy, on the cash in 40%, 20 pips and 100 pips. We had 20 pips, and we had nothing on the 20 pip strategy. On the cash in 100 pip strategy, we had a trade which for us in a 0.73% to the upside. So as a profit on there, was actually a trade that gave us a 1.9% profit, but we had another trade that was in a loss, so it balanced out and it's given us a 0.73 to the upside. Nothing on the continuation patterns quick exits. On the continuation pattern slow exit, we had a 0.20% to the upside for there, and that brings a total for the elite room at a 0.93% to the upside for that. And on the live trading room, the lift-off strategy had nothing for us on the 20 or the 70% this week. Cash in TSL primary, there's a trade running but not closed out yet, so there's nothing on the primary. But on the cash in 4.070% OE elite, which is also the 1 day exit, we had a 1.04% to the upside. So that's a profit of 1.04% on there. And that the total across two rooms, the elite room at 0.93% and the live trading room at 1.04%, gives us a total of 1.97% for both rooms this week. So that's a close to 2% to the upside. So we're looking at the markets going in our favor again, and there's still got some more trades running for us as we speak. So that concludes the market update, and leaves me to say until the next time, stay disciplined, follow the plan, and keep trading like a master.